All right, guys, what's up? It's your friend Keith. I'm back live in the control room at Essex Recording Studios, just outside London in England. We're getting to the end of the Dave Mustaine collection we have here at the studio. If you're new to the channel, click like, click subscribe, come join our circle of friends. You're going to see some really cool guitars that I get from all around the world. Yes, so I hope you guys are doing all right on this corona virus lockdown. Things are starting to lift ever so slightly here in the UK. I know my friends back in America, things are starting to normalize a bit. My wife's family in Denmark, they're starting to make some progress. So wherever you are in the world, hope things are going okay for you, and know that we're thinking of you over here at the studio. Now with this guitar, this is really cool. Signed by the man himself. If you don't know the story, look on the YouTube channel, on our channel, and you can see a video I uploaded called I Bought All of Dave Mustaine's Guitars. You can go on Trogley's guitar channel. He's got a video with over 100,000 views about it. There's a few other channels that do as well. But yes, I bought Dave Mustaine's guitar collection on Reverb.com back in November 2019. Rolling Stone reached out to him. A lot of magazines did a lot of press coverage about my purchase of this collection. And in the Rolling Stone interview, Dave said, yeah, man, really cool. Glad this is going to a recording studio. Glad other musicians are going to get a chance to have their hands on this. If I ever meet the guy, more than happy to sign all of these. Of course, I had to take him up on that. And sure enough, we met at Wembley Arena backstage, hung out for about 40 minutes in January of this year when they were playing with Five Finger Death Punch at Wembley Arena. Man, super cool. Met the whole Megadeth team. Great guys, great family they've got there. Super positive, and just a wonderful life experience that we got to enjoy. And I was really impressed with how much he had to say about these various guitars in the collection, because a lot of people, even me, kind of assumed like, these, he's endorsed by Dean. He probably just gets given a bunch of free guitars and they hang out in his closet. Never even touched them, But no, when he came out, he met us. He saw these guitars and everyone had a story. And he's like, oh man, this is the one I wrote that song on the last album with, or I used to play this guitar and I'd write music with my daughter with that. And really cool to just get all the various background info. He picked up the double neck and he said, this guitar is the reason why I left ESP. Whoa. And just, so many cool stories. And this is his personal Dean Acoustic. Now, this is like the top Mac Daddy acoustic guitar Dean makes, as far as I'm aware. And the spec is huge on it. You've got Fishman Electronics. You've got Abalone Purfling. I think I'm saying it right. Purfuling? I don't know if I'll ever say it right. But this border here, you've got that. You've got Abalone in the rosette, the ring around the sound hole. You've got monster abalone inlays all down the fretboard. By the way, I want to comment from you in the comment section of this video if you thought it was abalone. I said abalone for years and got corrected by a British dude when I was living over here. And I couldn't believe him. There's no way it's called abalone. That just sounds too silly. Sounds like baloney. And I was wrong. So now I say it correctly all the time. You also have tortoiseshell binding, but not just on the top. You've got tortoiseshell binding on the bottom as well. I mean, the spec is unreal. The quality and craftsmanship, superb. It sounds really nice. Strings are a bit dead. I mean, they've definitely been played a lot. You can see that. And we haven't tuned it or anything, but you kind of get an idea of the tone from that. This is just a really beautiful instrument. I mean, look at the wood on the headstock. It's probably hard to tell here, but it's mother of pearl Dean logo. And then you've got abalone there with mother of pearl wings. Just a stunning, beautiful guitar. Top spec. You got Sitka spruce top, it looks like. Really, really nice piece of wood. I mean, look at all that texture in the wood. Just a beautiful instrument. There you go. And looks like rosewood. Is it rosewood back in the sides? Or is it mahogany? No, it looks like mahogany. I don't know. It's tough to tell. I'm not a wood expert because there's a lot of the stripes that you see in rosewood, and typically rosewood is what you get for backs and sides on acoustics. This is definitely mahogany. So there's... Tell you what though, beautiful guitar, and it has a nice kind of dark, but at the same time resonant, and just a great tone that cuts through. Oh, and these tuners, forgot to talk about that. Grover Imperial tuners. These are only found, generally speaking, here on like the most expensive Gibson acoustic guitars. If you've got a Gibson acoustic guitar and it has one of these types of tuners on it, you probably spent at least $5,000 for that guitar when it was new. So again, awesome to see all of these premium components throughout. And of course, I mean, Dave Mustaine is a Grammy award-winning, platinum-selling god of rock and roll and heavy metal. So it's an instrument fit for a king. I would definitely call Dave Mustaine a king in the music industry. No doubt about that. All right, guys. As far as the case goes, it's a Dean acoustic case. It's got Tor gaffer tape markings and inventory markings on it. It's got guitar 4 there. Inventory number, it looks like of 22 there. So really, really cool. Fantastic padded case. You know, feet on it, lots of storage. Very heavy duty, very thick walls. So it's not like a small rinky-dink little gig bag. Not at all. And that's it. Dave's only ever sold, as far as I know, 3 acoustic guitars to the public. And we've got all 3 of them. We've got his Breedlove Masterbuilt guitar, built by Kim Breedlove out in Oregon, in America. We've got this beautiful Dean, I don't know how you pronounce this, Ursies acoustic guitar. Top notch. Premium instrument. And then we've got his own designed Dean Mako. Totally designed by Dave himself. It's got the shark fin gills. We just did a video on that. And really cool guitar. So those are the only 3 acoustics I'm aware of, I've looked high and low, that Dave has ever made available to the general public. And all 3 of them are here. We already used the Breedlove to record. I think we just had this one tucked away and we forgot to pull it out. Because this one sounds great. The Breedlove sounds phenomenal as well. Watch the YouTube video on that, guys. But yeah, we're going to put these up for sale to raise some money for the studio, because during this insane coronavirus lockdown, we've obviously had to put a grinding halt to everything. And before the coronavirus struck, we were actually here last year touring this place and pulling the trigger on it to move in. Signed a 5-year lease and, you know, spent a ton of money moving here, buying a lot of new equipment, really making this place awesome. And of course, this international pandemic hit. So we're going to put these up for sale. They're all going to be extremely expensive. There's no doubt about that. You know, which puts a sour taste in some people's mouth, but it is what it is, guys. You know, that's how the guitar biz goes. And it's for a good cause. It's to raise money for the studio. and to help us continue in our efforts to support unsigned artists. Because if you've noticed, there aren't any development deals and record deals for rock bands and metal bands and really any bands these days. So it has to take studios that are creative like this, that are crossing over into the label services side of things. You know, we're members of the Association of Independent Music. We're members of the Music Managers Forum. So we do a lot of stuff to help these new, young, talented artists that don't have deep pockets. And when you buy something like this from us, it definitely helps us, and it definitely helps these artists get to the next stage in their career. So we really appreciate it, guys. And until they do sell, you get to use them. You get to come see them, touch them, play them. By all means, when this lockdown's over, we've already had people drive from quite far away to see some of these. And we've already sold the double neck, went to Ireland to a fantastic collection and a really great guy in front of the studio that we really appreciate his support. So absolutely, these are for fans to continue to enjoy, and for mega fans that want to support, you can buy them too. So thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to do the last video now, which is of the banjo, and we use that to record with Bootyard Bandits. Their guitarist, Tom McCarthy, go follow him on Instagram. He's awesome. He's an Aaron Buchanan in the Cult Classics. He's played Download Festival here in the UK, which is like the largest rock festival. It's epic. And great guy. So we're going to show that banjo next. And Dave had quite a story about that. So we'll tell you more about that too. Follow us on all the socials at Essex Recording Studios.